Welcome to Friday Night Party Line for October 21st, 2016. Tonight we have got a few good topics. We're all kind of reeling from the debates, though. Those were kind of interesting. How's everyone doing? We got Churba. Hey, Cherbs.
Hey, man, what's going on?
It's all good. I'm enjoying the last hours of the day of daylight. Sun is setting out the window. Very nice. How's your morning going?
Yeah, pretty all right. I mean, I had to spend about 45 minutes calming the dog last night at about 3 o'clock in the morning because I fucking sneezed while I was going to the bathroom.
Very disturbing for the doggo.
She may be a 70-pound monster dog, but she is still just a puppy.
How about you, George? How you doing?
I have had an exhausting week, and I'm glad it's over.
That's good. Well, hopefully this is ending your week on a high note then.
Well, I had jury duty, so yeah.
Ooh, yikes. And we've got Skojo. Hey, Skojo.
Hi. I'm low energy like Jeb Bush.
Did he do something recently, or is that just okay?
I'm just bringing up obscure primary humor.
That's not obscure.
Hey, man,
that was the running joke of the primaries. What are you talking about?
At least you're not having locker room talk like Billy Bush.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? If I got $10 million after that as a severance, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's going to be invited to the Thanksgiving family Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Well, what do you mean? He successfully screwed Trump, which none of the Bushes like. So I mean, he actually did good. Now, wait. I mean, we'll just jump into this because I actually think this is a funny topic. Now,
go for it.
People are like, "Oh, poor Bush," right? Like he got fired from his job. But think about this: whenever the 2016 election is brought up, he will be a footnote as to why Trump took a big fall. Like everybody's going to connect it, even though there was a million other reasons why Trump was going to lose. They're going to connect it to that 2005 video with him in it. Yep. So he has become famous and a historical footnote that'll be in trivia for the next, it'll be hundreds of years. We'll be like, oh, in 2016, some guy who was a cousin of a president, which president was it? And you'll be like, oh, Bush, haha, I'm so smart.
But that's famous like the guy who jumped off of a house with wings strapped to his arm in those old flight film reels,
Wait, hold on. Billy Bush, the guy who was interviewing Trump when he said all those horrible things.
Yep.
Is somehow related to the Bushes that are actually the presidents?
Yes.
Cousin. Yep.
Cousin.
Wow.
I know.
I just didn't.
Small world.
No idea.
I don't know.
That's why, one of the big headlines was Bush managed to take down Trump. Not the one you think, though.
Yeah. That was the fart headline. It was like, hey.
He's trying a terrible idea. You should buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I mean, no matter what kind of sleazy guy they think you are, you had a hand in taking down Trump. The future historians will look upon you
in
favor. Yeah, I
mean,
how can you
actually think about it this way: who remembers Goldwater all that much?
Well, Barry Goldwater.
Yeah, Barry Goldwater. You mean Goldwater is used as an example all the freaking time because it was the last time.
It's used by an example by political nerds. No offense. A lot of people have no fucking idea what you're talking
George,
about.
I'm talking about being a footnote in a history book anyway, or in a game show. All of the crap that we talk about is pretty much
that is actually
only what political people are interested
Barry
in.
Barry Goldwater is a footnote in a history book at this point.
We do know our demographic, though.
But, hey, you say that, George, but Barry Goldwater, pretty much got everything he wanted. He didn't become president, but Ronald Reagan ran years later and pretty much put forward all his policies.
Yeah. So since we've gotten politics started, why don't we talk about the debate? That happened.
You
I was
did?
playing Overwatch.
Yeah, I was playing Overwatch, man. I wasn't watching.
Yeah, we were all playing Overwatch. I still have to put that
What
video
was I
together.
doing?
Turbo, we were also playing Overwatch last week for Acceptable Vices.
I know. Do you know how fucking difficult it is to make a solid 12-hour upload? Oh.
When was the debate? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday. It was Wednesday the 19th, my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! I forgot.
thank
I was going to mention that. I totally dropped the ball.
Thank you very much.
How old did you turn?
I am now, as of today, 27 and 2 days old.
Oh my man! I could see the gray already in your hair
What the
there.
fuck did I do?
I've been graying since I was 16. That doesn't really count.
What was I doing on Wednesday? I think I just watched Fuller House.
Really?
Why would you?
But why?
I think I watched some Adam Ruins Everything with Chris, and then we watched Fuller House.
Okay, but why would you watch Fuller House?
Because I didn't want to think about anything serious because I had jury duty.
Wait. Can we just go back? Was it the first episode of Fuller House, or was
It's
it
like in the middle somewhere.
Oh God, you got past the first episode. Oh.
What's wrong? It's as good as Full House was. Well, let's be honest.
Right.
That's exactly.
Like a lot of the shows during the 90s sucked, so it seemed okay at the time.
I liked that show.
They treated Kimmy
How
Gibbler like
rude.
shit.
They did treat Kimmy Gibbler like shit, and it was actually a plot point at some point in the episode, and then they just ignored it. It was
Like they ignore
kind
her.
of bad.
They made a terrible pun calling Kimmy Gibbler a whore. Come on. At any rate, so speaking of people calling women names, we have Trump in the debate, and apparently Hillary Clinton has displaced, and please correct my horrible pop culture knowledge, Janet Jackson as nasty.
I would like to note that I picked up on that while we were playing the game, and everybody else was like, "There's no way he said nasty woman," and I was like, "I'm pretty sure he said nasty woman." They're like, "They said nasty thing."
You absolutely did, and it is on the record.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a thing that happened, and I was just kind of like, what? I mean, honestly, for me,
At this point,
yeah, I didn't really care about that. What I found the most ridiculous was when he was talking about how they can have abortions 4 days before
No,
the actual.
One day.
yeah, one day before, when
One
you have a
day,
C-section.
4 days,
C-section.
whatever it was. It's just like, no, that's called a cesarean section. It's just
Rip the baby out.
that's
No, don't rip
that's a
that
normal
baby.
medical procedure at that point because sometimes, for whatever reason, women can't squeeze the babies out through their vagina.
Yeah.
Well, it's
happens.
funny because he says it's actually kind of funny because the friends of mine who are actually like extremely pro-life that I know a few people, they actually don't believe him, which is what they shouldn't believe him, that he's actually pro-life, because he says stuff like that. They know that he doesn't know what he's talking about, so that he's trying to get
That's
like
beautiful.
he must be trying to get like the people who are pro-life but not actually
The
have
people
any
who are
idea
pro-life
what
who
is
don't
going
actually,
on.
don't actually know anything about, abortions.
Abortion at all. Yeah.
What I love is looking at the 538 graph. You can see how it pulses after every time. Basically, every time Hillary Clinton gets a chance to speak to a wide audience, it just skyrockets in her favor. Like
I
after,
kind of wish there was
thinking
one
back
more
to-
thing, like next week. I really do.
I'm just thinking back to a couple of months ago where, like, for about 24 hours, their chances of winning were about 50% Hillary, 49 Trump, and everyone's like, "Oh, see, I told you she couldn't win this."
Hey, she hasn't won yet.
Bernie.
She hasn't won
You
yet.
know,
All the
As
polls
much
could
as
be
I want
wrong.
to make fun of those people, I was shitting the bed during that time. I was like,
I had all
holy
these.
shit.
I had
It's
all these IMs
Coin
with
flip.
George.
Oh my god!
George is like, "Oh God, Oh, the polls.
After-
The Nowcast.
I'm gonna
Says
tell you guys this.
48.
I
After
never
this
said
election is
anything
over,
about the Nowcast. You always quoted the Nowcast. I was always looking at the Polls Plus.
after this election is over, I'm going to go back and listen to every episode where we talk about this, which is basically every episode of Friday Night Party Line since Trump got nominated, and since Trump decided to start running, and I'm going to see how often we were wrong about things, and I'm going to make a massive supercut.
I would like to know. You're going to find that I was right about everything.
We shall see.
I don't think anyone here predicted Trump would actually survive the primary.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what I said back in the early
Yeah,
primary.
I'm pretty sure that you and I both agreed that he wasn't going to take the primary, or that it was a very low chance.
Hey,
Not
low
that
chance.
He was going to effectively steamroll the primary.
I still can't believe he did that.
Yeah, my favorite headline from the early part of the primary was this is the strongest field of Republican candidates that we've ever had.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
And they were all taken off
Horrifying.
by a carnival barker.
the strongest field of Republicans we ever had. It's like, you had Mitt Romney like 4 years ago, right?
you
'Cause-
could have had him.
He was pretty good.
In retrospect to what we have now.
Even at the time, I mean, he was really a very good Republican candidate.
Yeah.
Dude, Bush, I'm starting to have warm fuzzies for W at this point, and he tortured people.
Yeah, W was, he was not the worst person, not the best.
He wasn't a bad person. He just
Yeah,
was
Cheney
not the
was.
best president.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is I think he definitely had some character flaws, and tortured. being
Well,
among
George
them.
W. Bush was the best vice president, and Dick Cheney was the most evil president. Really, I
Dick
mean, right?
Cheney, the best real life version of Emperor Palpatine.
yeah.
Other than the
know,
Pope, no, that one
Other than
Pope,
Pope
the
Benedict,
Pope, yeah, Pope Benedict was,
who literally looked like Emperor Palpatine.
yeah. So anyway, back to the debate.
Yeah. So once again, Donald Trump started the debate very calm and collected, and then very quickly was undone by Hillary Clinton's sheer
I'm
skill
pretty
in getting
sure-
under his skin.
I'm pretty sure Donald Trump has ADHD. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh?
I'm
Just
pretty
like
sure he's
the-
just a narcissist.
No. So he just, because I have ADHD and I see the way he acts, and that is he's fine for a while, but as he's required to maintain his attention on one thing for a long period of time, it starts to get harder and harder for him to keep his composure, to keep it
Well,
together.
George, someone pointed this out after the debate. They were saying that what you learn from watching these debates is that Trump will respond to the last thing you say.
Yeah.
So if you say a whole bunch of stuff and then you end with some other concept, he can't go back to any of those other topics that were brought up, and he'll immediately just glom onto whatever was last said. And Clinton expertly brought up issues and then changed the subject at the very end each time, and he would never counter though. He would say like, "No, you," and then he would, instead of continuing with that thought, he would attack her last comment instead of the thing he was just like, getting mad about. And it was like, you watch all these debates and they all occur that way. He can only respond to the last thing that was said to him.
Yeah.
Well, he's just terrible in every way. And
Yeah.
He's like the world's
Never-
shittiest, orangest Eliza bot.
it's,
Did you guys watch the video Ezra Klein put out on Vox about his analysis of why Trump was performing so poorly in the debates against Hillary Clinton when he was doing so well in the debates against the rest of the Republican field during the primaries?
No, I did not.
No,
Oh.
because the answer seems obvious to me.
Well, I mean, he was saying that the big reason is that, and yes, it is kind of obvious, Hillary Clinton prepares and
Oh, that's whatever.
entirely out-strategized him at every turn.
Well, she had, like I said, by that third debate, they were doing what I was saying, which was she would attack the comment with something else. She would change the subject to what she wanted to talk about. And then at the very end, she'd shift again and he would just respond to the shift and nothing else. And like, just destroyed it.
I don't have notes, but I still felt like Hillary was not the brilliant strategist you're making her out to be here. There were plenty of times where maybe she did that thing, yes, but it's still Donald Trump ranted so long in a different direction that
Well, that's kind of the point Ezra Klein made. He says we're not used to this kind of victory. We aren't used to candidates winning, not so much because of how they performed, but how they pushed their opponent into performing.
Yeah, that's what was going on. I mean, Hillary Clinton, her job in the debates was to show A, that she was competent, which she did, and B, to keep the focus on Trump and get him to say crazy stuff. And she accomplished that in all three debates.
Get him to say things that he didn't, that he is going to say he didn't say that he clearly said.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more for him to say things that Mike Pence has to come and say that he didn't say.
Oh, he didn't say that. So yes, he did.
Yes, categorically.
I was like, not only do I remember it, I know there's video.
There is, yeah.
Actually, Hillary Clinton hit on that at the Al Smith dinner.
Oh, goodness.
Like, in her speech, she was like, "Oh yeah, I enjoyed Donald's speech. I'm also looking forward to seeing Mike Pence deny he ever made it tomorrow."
I like that she was like, these jokes are pretty good. It takes a village.
I forget what he said in the debate that he was like, I never said that. And it was something I distinctly remember.
You mean like everything he ever
No.
gets
It
called
was
out on?
something, I forget. It was something.
Was it binders full of women?
No.
Binders full of women.
Uh,
I can't remember
Although
what it
Trump-
was.
Trump having a modeling agency, though, he probably legitimately has binders full of women.
Yeah, that's not really a charge against him.
Yeah, that's a literal thing.
That's,
I think that probably should be a charge against him, because these days, if you're still using paper and binders in your modeling agency, what are you doing? Get a computer, you fuck.
I just had
Jesus.
jury duty. Everything was paper. It was awful.
Was it a jury for fucking Miss America contest? Then no excuse.
You know what? They had a whole bunch of video surveillance for us to watch.
Yeah.
Each one was a different disc.
Oh, goodness.
It was just,
Goodness me. Oh, jeez.
it's like, oh man, you guys are keeping Memorex in business, aren't you?
All right, so the debate was more or less a rout, much like the last two debates. My question for you guys is, what do you think? I mean, because basically at this point, it's pretty much assured that Hillary Clinton is going to win. What do you think the Republican Party autopsy report after the election is going to look like? Is it going to look like?
Wait, Victor. Yeah. We are losing right now. You have to go and vote. Don't think that we're winning.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying. Look, take no chances. We all need to vote.
You tell people we're winning, they're going to start voting third party.
No,
Yeah.
don't vote.
Very
third
important.
party.
Okay.
Or they're going to be like, I got better things to do this tonight. I'm not going to go vote.
No, don't
Yeah.
let
Here's
this be
what
like
I think-
Brexit. Go
No.
vote. But
Seriously, what I think their autopsy report is going to say is that, holy crap, we need to put superdelegates in our primary system.
No, their autopsy is going to be let's make it proportional voting all the way through instead of winner take all states.
No winner take all, and let's put super delegates in because the Democrats did not have this problem.
And no reality TV stars will be one of our candidates.
We need a vetting system. We need extreme vetting for our candidates.
Yeah, 50% of all votes will be super delegates.
No, they're going to be like, maybe
51%.
Yeah,
spend some money on opposition research in the primary.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was a great article where they talk about how the Trump campaign asked Trump whether they should do some self-opposition research, like on themselves, so they could see what they would find, and he refused.
Not just refused, but vigorously refused.
He's such a fucking idiot. He really is. There's nothing else I can even come up with at this point. He's just like, I listened to this debate and
oh my god,
my brain has lost all meaning for the words so, tremendous, and disaster. I don't know what those words mean anymore. He said them too many times.
Sounds like a tremendous disaster.
I feel like I can't even say the word tremendous anymore. It feels like it's become like tainted.
Disaster I'm still going to use, but yeah, tremendous is done.
Yeah.
You can't use it. It's over.
Someone called Oxford, then get it out of the OED.
Get it listed as archaic.
Archaic, yeah.
Man, I'm looking. There's this article like 53 things Donald Trump has said about women, and the one on Hillary Clinton. The first one is, if Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think she can satisfy America? What the fuck does that mean? I mean, I know what that means, but like, how the hell do you say that? And that's in April. Like,
I like number 10.
On
Hillary Clinton taking a bathroom break at the Democratic debate, quote, I know where she went. It's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. No, it's too disgusting. Don't say it. It's disgusting. Someone needs to send Donald Trump the book Everybody Poops.
Yeah, it's like she had to pee?
Yeah.
What? Like, what? Where are you going with that, dude?
I don't know.
What on earth could you possibly mean?
All right, so we're going to move off of the debate and politics and stuff because, well, there really isn't too much to say about it, to be quite honest. We're going to move on to something a little bit more enjoyable. Nintendo's got a new console coming out.
Don't you mean Nintendo has a new portable gaming system?
Well, you say that. And in fact, why not both?
Whoa! I gotta say, the Nintendo Switch video that they posted was full of the most PR-y people like that have ever done.
Oh yeah, I think they actually called up Central Casting and were like, "Hey guys, can you get us exactly the typical people that you would put in a pitch ad?"
Like, I really wish, like, like Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo would like make a video like that, but actually use like real gamers. It's like all these, like just normal looking people.
Well, real gamers.
No, you can't. You can't have an ad with gamers. Gamers are dead.
Yeah.
It's like guy in his basement eating the last bag of Cheetos. Realizes he has to go to the store. Grabs the Switch out. Starts walking with it playing. Walks down the street. Almost gets hit by a car because he's playing the game. Drops his Mountain Dew on the ground. Stuff like that. Come on.
Spills the Mountain Dew on the Switch.
Oh, no.
It's waterproof.
Better be. Jeez.
Actually, one thing I can think of that's going maybe an issue is that if you drop or bump that thing the wrong way, I can see those plastic fucking handles on the side just snapping right off. Like
Hey,
right at the fucking bracket.
That's a
And then you
feature.
are fucked.
Yeah, they're
That's a
I
detached.
do think it looks. I do
supposed to
think
do
it's a great idea, though.
I mean, the answer is to channel Scott Rubin for a moment. Don't fucking drop it.
Yeah.
that.
But alas, we are not all perfect human beings.
Yeah, you know, you want airbags in your car? Well, just don't crash your car.
Thank you, TVR.
To be fair, I've also never like ruined a phone from anything but having it like just using it constantly for too long.
So here is the case on
Sorry.
my phone, and you can see up here. I don't think you can actually see it in the thing, but there's a crack here on my case.
Is there? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that right there.
Yeah, from dropping it a whole bunch on these corners because
You're a klutz.
phone is fucking slippery and it falls out of my pocket all the time, especially when I'm wearing pajama pants in my desk chair like I am right now.
Maybe you should get a case that's not
Similar
as.
problems with my
Case that's not as what, Scott?
A case that's not as smooth.
It's a bit. You know, I actually have thought of getting some sandpaper and just sort of roughing up the edges to give it some texture.
Why don't
But
you go in with like rubber?
no, because
what?
I wanted the case that was a very minimal addition to the phone because I didn't actually want to make the phone bigger.
Just
don't you
get some fucking fucking plaster dip and then just like paint it on your case.
No, George.
That's not a bad idea.
Sprayed with truck bed liner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
I've actually been kind
So
of having
if you
problems
guys could
with
stop
my phone
taking the
here.
piss, let's continue.
No, look, I dropped my last phone. Well, not my last phone. My last phone was a Note 7. But
Your last phone was a bomb that thankfully didn't go off in your hand.
if there was not the risk of that thing very realistically blowing up, I would have kept it. I loved the Note 7. It was everything I loved about the Note 5, but better in every way.
The last time I recall, the number of units they've actually had an issue with was something like 33 or 34 out of 2.5 million. So
I know, but when I
think realistically there probably wasn't a chance.
I know, but when a message pops up on my phone from Samsung saying, "Look, guy, you need to shut this off right now and take it and get it exchanged at your carrier," I'm gonna be like, well, on the off chance that it does actually explode, because they've shown me this message, I can't sue them.
That's
Really?
the point.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'd just
On the
ignore the
minuscule
message.
chance.
I'd just ignore the message and change my ringtone to a bomb noise.
Tick, 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 tick. My big problem with this phone is because it's curved on both sides.
Oh yeah,
I've-
that's a pain in the dick.
It's not like I'm dropping it because it does fit really nicely in the hand. My problem is it's curved on both sides and there are buttons on both sides, meaning that in the morning when I'm trying to pick it up to turn on the screen, I'll hit volume down instead of the power button and I'll be staring at the back. I'm like, oh, that's not a screen. Here's the screen.
Oh man, see this shit?
Yeah. What's
Yeah. I have the flat-sided version of the same phone.
Damn, I should have gotten that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh well. Maybe I can swap it. Nah, too much of a hassle.
But they're fucking, it's exactly the same phone. You just lose that functionality of having a fucking bent edge with like the little edge menu and all that shit that nobody
Yeah.
ever actually uses. So
I do use the edge clock though. The edge clock is kind of nice. But at any rate,
don't.
yeah. So I'm really interested, really fascinated by the idea of like a console / portable from Nintendo. I think that's really kind of cool.
You mean like the Wii U?
Yeah, except it actually works how everyone thought the Wii U was supposed to work.
I'm actually gonna see how it goes for a while before
Well,
I
I'm
think
not gonna
about
go-
buying one.
I don't think any of us are going to go buy it on launch day.
I might.
Really?
He does have children.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, actually, I bought the GameCube and the Wii on launch day. Like, I remember being horribly drunk at a party. A party was at my house with like 80 people, and I had Adam drive me to the GameStop to pick up my Wii because it came out the night of the party, and I'm sitting there in line like bombed. Pick up my pre-order. But yeah, I used to buy the Nintendo stuff on launch, but I did not buy the Wii U, which is like the first time since the N64 that I didn't buy a Nintendo system.
So do you guys think the 3DS is going to fare? Because they've come out already and said that Wii U games and 3DS games aren't going to work with this thing.
They have?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they've said there's no hardware compatibility going back, so you can't just chuck carts in and things like that. They're two different carts. But they have also said that the DS will be supported through 2018, so and like still actively releasing full-on titles and all that sort of shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My thing is that I'm having a hard time seeing that someone who has a 3DS will be incredibly compelled to get this. Or rather the other way around. Someone who has this will be incredibly compelled to play games on the 3DS. I mean, there's a lot of overlap between the two.
Well, no, I don't think there is. Because, I mean, as nice as the Switch is, it seems like it's a mobile console more than a mobile gaming system. The 3DS is really a very well thought out piece of thing. It's got a nice, reasonably sized screen, but most importantly, it closes to a very compact size, and you can't damage it while it's closed.
So you think the Switch is more Sega Nomad than Sega Game Gear?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of questions that I'm not fucking seeing a good answer for.
How big is this thing exactly? Like,
that is one.
It's a 7-inch tablet. That's how big it seems.
Yeah, because in the promo videos, it seems to vary from like full tablet size all the way down to like I'm a phone size. So I'm like,
I think
this
it's
is a
sort
bit
of
sus.
mid-sized tablet size.
Yeah.
That was the impression I got.
Yeah.
The other thing's
I really do like the toaster gaming system, though. It's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
You put the bread in, it pops out with a game.
There's a bunch of other stuff we want to know, though. Like, for example, what actually comes in the box when you fucking buy it? Like, is it just the console? Do you have to buy the dock separately? Do you have what controller parts do you have to buy separately?
Oh, come
How
on.
much
But let's
is the
be
dock?
honest
How much?
here.
Yeah. There's so many questions.
I ain't finished. There's things like, we know that it's only going to have 32 gigs of internal storage, so, like, where are the games going to go if you get download games? Otherwise, like, are they just going to force us to do brick and mortar and or physical media games? Because that's kind of not a selling point in the age of Steam and Nintendo eShop.
Well, I mean, if they allow you to just, download, if it has a great internet connection, I mean, do you really need to store it on the device?
My thing is that if it was me designing it, the dock would be its own little storage center for download games and stuff. So you would download all the games and stuff at home, and then when you're going with you, you just have a view of the games on the slate part of it itself.
That is entirely too logical, Victor. You
on the
can't do
bread
it that way.
On the bread of the toaster console.
How are you going to sell? How are you going to sell expansion cards if you just let people choose what's on their Switch?
Well, I mean, the one thing Nintendo has always been, I mean, to their credit, they've been incredibly good with user experience. So it seems like if they would go that route, it would be like the last 5 or so games you played on the thing, plus any new game you just got.
And there's other things like touchscreen. Yeah, nah, what's going on there? Fucking
Yeah, they just don't know yet.
battery life,
Well, let's be honest,
connectivity.
they just fucking announced this thing like 2 days ago. So
Yeah,
Knock the
but
back
I'm-
out.
Yes, Victor, but shut up because I'm listening. I'm listing why I'm not excited yet, just because it's been announced. It doesn't matter that it's just been announced because I'm telling you why I'm still cautious about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, go
Apparently,
on,
George had to
then.
plug in his. I already did. You kept
Oh, I
talking
thought you
over
had
it.
more.
I thought you had more.
I cut it short because I was starting to dominate a little bit. So
No, we do. Okay, so one thing we do know is that that this thing is going to give an enormous amount of sales to NVIDIA because it's an NVIDIA graphics chip inside this thing.
Meh.
Meh. Is that?
Yeah.
Aren't they all like NVIDIA at this point?
Yeah. who
No.
cares?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I think so, but you know,
Mm.
who knows?
It does seem to have a pretty good emphasis on local multiplayer. Like one of the main things it showcased in there was people playing Mario Kart by two people each having one half of the controller bits that slide onto it.
Yeah.
I thought
I'm
that
a
was pretty good.
little concerned because generally speaking, everything since after the GameCube controllers have like hurt my hand when I play too long, which really cut into when I wasn't using the GameCube controller with my Wii, like kind of stopped me from playing. And like I don't play my 3DS as much as I would because I don't have an XL, and so my
That's
hand.
exactly why.
Yeah.
Exactly why I do have an XL.
Yeah, but
Because I used to get wicked hand cramps.
Yeah.
I have this like limited edition 3DS, so it's really hard for me to get rid of it.
I just had a black one, so I just I literally just traded it in to get. I think it was like freaking $100 off of this one. So
Yeah.
I never bought a 3DS.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Just-
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
also part of
Yeah,
me
I
was just picking up my
never,
street passes.
never felt the need to have a 3DS. I don't know why.
There's been good times. I mean, I haven't played it as
Yeah.
much as I could, but I also am interfered with all the other gaming things that I do.
I don't
Like Hyrule Warriors
gaming on
Legends
a
was pretty
battery
rad.
life, to be honest. Like I just want to play a game as long as I want to play that game and not have to worry about
That was
die.
That was the killer part for the 3DS for me because I would like accidentally put it in sleep mode instead of turning it off, and then I'd go to play it somewhere and it'd be dead, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
great.
I think one of the most interesting things about the marketing video that they put out for it is that I didn't see any kids playing with this thing. It seems to be pretty squarely aimed at us.
You mean people 10 to 15 years younger than us?
Well, speak for yourself.
You
I should say
mean Scott?
myself.
You mean people 10 years younger than us that are on this podcast?
Yes.
Scott, how old are you? 30, 34, 35?
36, going
I'm
on
more
37.
broadly referring to the
36.
18
I'm
to,
32 in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No, actually, no, it's more than a month.
Oh God, Methuselah, just put your other foot in the grave already.
Oh God,
I am 32 in exactly 4 weeks.
to 18 to 35 demographic.
Hey,
Which, wait a minute, doesn't that still exclude you, Scotch?
it does.
Still
Ironically,
is-
I'm the one who would buy it on day one. Oh,
18 to 37.
There you go. There you go.
I want to buy it because I think this is a console that is casual enough that Chris would like to play it.
It
Yeah,
feels
no,
like
that's a good
Nintendo does good every other console. You know, it's like Windows. You know, Windows 98, Windows ME not so much. Windows XP great.
Well,
so how do you
I don't-
explain the GameCube, Wii,
Yeah, which I
and
really
Wii U?
The
Yeah, the
GameCube
Wii.
sales on the GameCube were mediocre.
Yeah, but the
compared to,
GameCube
like, the Xbox
came-
and the PS2.
So were most of the games.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, right? And then it goes N64, and then GameCube,
GameCube, bad.
and then GameCube best system Nintendo put out.
GameCube was pretty rad, dude. Like, it didn't sell well, but it was still rad.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, sales-wise.
Doesn't matter. Out of sheer fun, it was. Sorry, it had to compete with the PlayStation. 2? Yeah,
And the Xbox.
yeah.
It was
Like,
boned. That's
but
what
it still did. It did just as fine. It had a ton of great games, and you know what? Screw you. Well, I'm just saying it's not every other system. My point, like
I didn't like
the Super Nintendo sold really well.
Actually, no, it is every other system. Every other system than the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U tanked. They've not
Good,
been.
because it was fucking shit.
The best
I know.
thing on the Wii
I wanted
U,
to like it.
The best thing on the Wii U was Splatoon
And Mario
and
Maker.
Super Mario Maker, and that's it.
Yeah,
Really.
that's pretty much all that's worth on there. Like, well, there's the standard stable.
And
Plus Splatoon and Mario
Kart
Maker.
8. Mario Kart
Yeah.
8 I really enjoyed.
Mario Kart, Zelda, Smash Brothers, and the latest Mario game are basically the standard stable.
This reminds me that I have an unopened Skyward Sword for the Wii that I haven't
Oh
touched.
my god. Come on. All right. One last thing to talk about on the show. There were some internet issues today, which which I woke up to like halfway through because I woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I barely noticed this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, it was a pretty big event. I mean, Dynamic DNS,
Supposedly?
DNS. Well,
Yeah.
Twitter went down. Reddit went down. There's like a list of big websites, yay long, that were brought low by this.
So internet
And-
quality increased.
And
Nothing,
the most
nothing I
important
was
site-
using went down reliably.
and
Actually,
most importantly, the Front Row Crew forum also went down.
Again, internet quality increased.
Excuse me, attacker guys who are causing this. Can you do us a real good solid and like the rest of the stuff? Just like leave it alone, bring it back. But Reddit, if you could just keep Reddit down all the time, like I'll consider that a success. I'll donate bitcoins or something.
It should be noted that Acceptable Vices does not condone this.
Well, good thing Acceptable
Condone
Vices
it,
doesn't condone it because this is Friday Night Party Line. I sure.
Well, Friday Night Party Line doesn't do it either. Friday Night Party Line doesn't do it either. I'm sorry. I'm so used to Friday Night Party Line being exclusively dedicated to politics that a variant in topics was threw me off here.
Burn Reddit to the ground is all I'm saying.
No, Bill Murray is a trending.
Then salt the ashes and piss on them. Or piss on them and then salt them. I leave the order up
man.
to you.
The Tales from Tech Support subreddit is awesome. Can't do that.
Let's see. Tales of Tech Support. Literal neo-Nazis.
Just DDoS to literal neo-Nazis. Leave the rest alone.
I call it acceptable collateral damage.
The poor grandmas with their knitting subreddit won't be happy.
Also, I'll just send you an invite to IMSI.
The hell is IMSI?
It's like Reddit without all the shit bits.
Yet.
No, at all. It's like, fucking, they're pretty strict on it. They're avoiding the same mistakes that the Reddit admins have made.
Once around again, I guess. So, yeah, but it was a DDoS attack. It took down Dynamic DNS, which by extension took down Netflix, Twitter, Reddit, tons of websites. And it turns out a big chunk of it was came from Internet of Things devices.
As I call it, Internet of Shit.
Why are you hating on Internet of Things, George?
Because it's all
Shit.
shit.
You don't want your Wi-Fi connected light bulbs? You don't want that?
I don't have Wi-Fi connected. I have Bluetooth connected light bulbs. So I do not have Wi-Fi connected light bulbs because that's stupid.
No,
The
it
same
isn't.
way connecting my
Yes, it is.
thermostat is stupid. the same way connecting my fucking door lock. Why on earth would I want to connect my door locks to the internet? That is the stupidest fucking idea in the world.
Okay,
What if
I'm with you on I am with you on the door locks.
Tea kettles. There are Wi-Fi tea kettles.
Actually, I'd probably
Internet
do all of those,
of shit.
to be perfectly fair.
Hey, you know
There
what?
is a Twitter feed, Internet of shit. You should all subscribe.
George.
It is fantastic.
George, I have a really long house, and I wouldn't be able to hear the tea kettle from the
Yeah.
kitchen if I was in another room. So actually, that would be really useful for my
And
phone.
I'd really like it for my washing machine that's 4 flights of stairs down in the
to tell you.
garage to tell me, hey, I'm your washing machine and I'm ready. I'm done. So get the clothes out and put it into the dryer.
Whose Wi-Fi is going to be on, Victor? Come on, be reasonable.
It's gonna be on my Wi-Fi.
It's gonna send them an email.
I don't know about you, George, but I have Wi-Fi all throughout my house.
Wait, hold on. Wait, your house is 4 stories?
It's garage, living room, which is then it's like shares the same ceiling width, but has to take a stairs up to the dining room, and then it's 2 flights of stairs up to the next story.
What?
Yeah.
That's a weird ass house, dude.
It's a townhouse.
Hmm.
It's a townhouse on a hill. The front
they
door is
That is a
one
weird
step
ass house. That's
It's
cool.
a solid 100-foot. It's a solid 7,500-foot drop out of my window to garage level.
7,500 feet?
No, 75 to 100 feet. It's tall, man. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's like
actually been
one
thinking-
was the difference in elevation between the bottom and the top of Pikes Peak, and one was a couple seven.
Yeah, that's right, George. I live in Rapunzel's tower. That's the kind of structure I
That's
live in.
what you were describing. I was really confused.
75 to 100 feet. At any rate, I think Internet of Things stuff is great, but the fact that they were unsecured.
No, I hate Internet of Things because it basically it's here's your house and you have all these things in your house and they're all talking to someone else.
Yeah.
I don't want everything in my house telling some company I'm walking around or I'm doing my laundry or I'm making fucking tea.
They already are.
They don't even know that.
They already
do.
know what you're doing right now. They see you.
Yes, they know I'm doing this right now.
By the virtue of you scanning your grocery store rewards card to get the discounts when you go food shopping,
You mean
they
the
already
regular
know you're
price. Yeah, the fucking. I hate that shit too. But
yeah, they already
no.
know you're making tea, George.
I'm
they don't
kind
know
of with
when
George
I'm
on this
making
one.
tea. Yeah.
They don't need to know when you're making tea.
I know they don't.
know
Look,
you're doing
Victor,
it.
it's not a matter of they don't need. I mean, we all know they don't need to know. They just want to know, and I want to tell them, fuck off.
You say that they don't need to know, but Vic, that's actually wrong. They really do need to know from their point of view because things like, oh, a lot of people seem to make tea at about 7 p.m. So what we'll do is we'll adjust our marketing strategy so that our ads are weighted to pop up much more at this particular time in this time zone where more people are likely to be drinking tea.
Okay.
So that's one method that they can use this data. Literally anything you do, any data they can pull from you, they can feed into their marketing scheme.
Isn't that sort of better? I mean, don't you not
Marketing
want to?
is almost entirely data-driven nowadays.
Yeah.
The more data they can get in, the better they can serve ads
know-
to you and annoy you forever.
You know who really wants to know when you make tea? The electric company. They really want to know when people go start making tea in the
You
morning.
mean the ones that make Sesame Street?
No, that hasn't been even on the air for like 30 years, Churbuck. Morgan Freeman was still young when Electric Company was still going. And can you remember a time when Morgan Freeman was young?
Yeah, when he was an Electric Company.
Right. No, wait. No, I mean personally remember, not culturally remember. Simeon.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with George on this. Like, Internet of Things devices I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole until they are A, secure, and B, regularly updated.
Yeah,
and
they
neither
are
of those
not.
look to be happening anytime soon. So
None of
Internet of
those are
Things
happening
can
anytime
fuck
soon.
off.
Scojo.
So I'm gonna have
Scojo,
my
you're
old
with me on
school.
this.
I'm gonna have my old school thermostat with its clicking and its batteries, and it's gonna be great.
Well, see, when
I'm
I think
sorry.
about taking like a refrigerator and like doing inventory, I'm taking like a PC with a barcode scanner and like scanning in stuff and then putting it in like a document or an Access database and like letting it run a report that says like, this is the food that's going to expire the quickest. You should probably eat this.
I mean, look, no offense to anyone, but this is like my tower of compute. I've got a whole bunch of Cisco hardware just sitting here. I'm not some Luddite. I just don't feel like. I don't feel like.
We both have Cisco switches in the background.
Yeah, I
have
don't.
literally
I don't
next to
really
my
want
desk
to.
a
Mine's
box of
upstairs.
routers and networking equipment.
I don't want all of these companies to have extra information for free.
Oh, hey, you want to
Fuck
see something
that.
really?
I don't need to give them extra shit.
Look
What do you got
at
there,
look at this mess. Look what happened here.
That is, hold on. Stop moving
Good
it. Your
Lord.
frame rate is too low. It's blurry.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Now, like
Yeah.
fell on the ground.
Oh,
Nice.
I see. This is your Jackbox. That's where the porn comes in.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to build me one of those. To be
A
honest,
porn box?
Not a porn.
He has that one already. Jeez.
yes,
Hey, George.
yes, the porn box. No,
George, I got
I.
a joke for you.
What?
All right.
This can't go
UDP
well.
packet bar walks A into.
Audience, you will not get that joke unless you understand TCP/IP
So what?
network. and
So what you're
network.
saying is that you tell them a UDP joke, but they might not get it.
Oh, that's so. That is so
Oh.
nerdy. It hurts.
That's a UDP joke, but you might not get it.
Okay.
Oh my god! I love it. I love it.
So I'm gonna agree with George, at least at this point, without like, a reliably updated.
Yeah, I'm
They're-
not
they're
saying
not
that.
well
I'm not saying that
maintained.
Internet of Things doesn't have its flaws. I mean, clearly, as evidenced today, it has a pretty big fucking flaw in that there are webcams and routers out there that are now part of a botnet. But the
Yeah.
issue, I think that it's Internet of Things are not inherently good or bad. It's just how they're executed.
It's how they're hacked.
And they shouldn't be, and they should not be executing some rando's code.
Yeah, here's
Just
the thing: is
because.
most of these things, if they were connected to like Bluetooth to my phone, that'd be fine. But when we start bringing the internet into this, the internet is the fucking wild, wild west, as it's displayed in the movies. The wild, wild west was never as scary as the fucking internet was or is.
But George,
Uh,
George,
But the
doesn't
Wild Wild West had a giant steampunk spider.
But no, seriously, George, wouldn't it be really fucking rad that while the house is empty, the heating and the stuff is just completely off, and then
And you know
as
what?
you
I
are-
can get that same effect by pressing the fucking off button before I leave.
no
Or programming it. You can program your thermostat.
Well, I mean,
for
I already
when you go
programmed my thermostat, and it's no problem. Now, I mean, Victor, it's not to say these things aren't convenient. It's that the price is too high. It just letting companies have all of this information about you for the convenience of Oh, my tea's ready.
See, I really don't care about that. I only care about the hacked part.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't want
the hacked part is the only bad thing about it. Because
Like-
by virtue of using Facebook and letting any cookies get onto our computer, we're already being tracked 16 ways from Sunday.
I understand we're being tracked 16 ways, but they don't need to know specifically I'm making tea, is the point.
Is your tea making so personal to you
Yes.
that you don't want to share that with
Yes,
anyone?
I don't want anyone
George,
to know
what are you
I'm
putting in
making
your
tea.
What are you putting in your tea?
Is it legal, George?
Yes. Yes.
I just
Yeah.
don't like. I mean, the argument was made that they'll make market tea at a certain time to, and that would be like a bad
That
thing,
is
I
not
guess.
an
But I don't.
argument.
If I'm gonna get an ad, which we're most likely trying to block anyway. But if you get an ad, I'd rather it be semi-relevant to what I'm doing than
If I'm
completely off the wall and a bunch of like porn ads or something.
Yeah. Like if I'm getting an ad, I want it to be laser targeted at me. Like if there is if it's an ad saying, "Hey, Victor, GTX 1060 graphics cards are now 30% off on Amazon." I want that fucking ad.
Yeah, actually, an ad worked on me just recently. I had forgotten that Civ 6 was coming out, and Facebook had a sponsored ad for Civ, and it popped up, and I was like, oh, hey.
Nice. I was doing some research into After Effects and procedural, generation of videos and stuff, and an ad came up for I think it was a 10 or 15% off of a Creative Cloud subscription. This is fine.
GTX 1060s are not expensive.
No, they're not. They're you can get them for $230, $245.
What?
I was curious.
I'm sorry. I was expecting these to be a lot more money than this. I'm confused.
No,
I was
they're
curious
really good.
what Facebook would suggest, like in terms of a sponsored ad for me when I went and looked at it now, and it knows me too well. Republicans for Clinton.
Oh, the sponsored ads are. There was one the other day where it was an ad for a T-shirt, and on it said, "There is no cloud. It's just someone else's server."
Does that tie into your stance during this conversation?
Yeah,
or
it's like laser fucking precise right there.
They knew like what you were saying right now before you said it.
So what is bad about this?
It's
I'm still
it creeps me the fuck out.
There we go.
No, it's just look. These companies have so much information about me. I don't need to just give them more. Fuck them.
Make them work for it.
Let them. Yeah, exactly. Let them fucking work for it, like the rest of us.
So that means they have
To
to
be fair,
call
I'm
you and do
Australian.
surveys?
You could probably convince me to give you anything if you just fucking had some free sausages on. I mean, that's how they convince us to vote. It's not actually mandatory. It's just they have a sausage sizzle at the fucking voting place.
It's like,
You're walking down the
Donald
street,
Trump?
you
I get a
smell the
sausage?
scent of
Sure.
wafting sausages in the air, and you're just drawn to it. Oh, I'm getting a sausage, might as well vote.
Well, George, that is exactly how Tony Abbott got elected, so you may laugh, but
But it worked.
How good are these 1060 cards? Are they way better than a 770?
oh.
Well,
don't know
they are
either.
it's 4 times as powerful as my 760.
Ask Ruben. I bet he has a strong opinion on the matter.
Ruben has strong opinions on everything.
Yeah,
All
I know,
right,
that's
then, well,
a good default answer.
well, at any rate, that's it's been a good show today. Very good. It was refreshing to not talk about politics for the bulk of a show. So thank you, Skojo, Churba, George, and you will hear from us next week on Acceptable Vices. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.